SafeCall's targets are to focus on fatal hazards in the work area, achieve a 50% reduction in the total recordable injury frequency rate over 2 years, streamline sustainable development systems, and improve communication. Xstrata coal has focused on 12 fatal hazards, of which the following 7 have been identified as being present on this site. They will change as construction progresses. The first fatal hazard present is the danger of fires and explosion. You are not allowed to make any fires on site, even for the purposes of heating or cooking. The second fatal hazard is danger from moving equipment. Be alert when passing close to mobile equipment. Do not go closer than 3 meters to any moving equipment. All vehicles and mobile equipment have the right of way. Be alert. Keep to designated walkways. Do not walk on roads. You could be struck by moving mobile equipment. Always stand outside the swing radius of mobile equipment. If a vehicle operator sounds a warning device such as a horn, move to a safe place. Do not stand behind or between vehicles, as the driver may not be able to see you. Be aware that a vehicle may move suddenly. Never walk between a vehicle and a structure such as a wall or building. Do not put your hands or any part of your body or clothes close to a conveyor belt. It can start without warning, and you can lose your hands when it does so. Do not climb or crawl under conveyor structures. Only cross conveyors by the allocated walkways or bridges. Do not cross over rail lines except at designated crossing points, and then only with the direct supervision of your host. Do not attempt to climb on moving railway equipment. Fatal hazard number 3 is inadequate emergency response. As a visitor, you can help prevent this scenario. Should you observe any unsafe conditions or acts while on site, please report them to your host immediately. Our fourth fatal hazard is inadequate energy isolation. Ask your host to check lockout and/or isolation procedures have been followed correctly before approaching any equipment or installations. Avoid the risk of electrocution. Do not attempt to touch or open electrical panels or cables. Be aware of hazards from stored energy. Never stand in the line of fire from mechanical, hydraulic or pneumatic apparatus in case it fails. Be aware, liquids and gases can be under pressure in pipes, and try to stay clear of them. Only enter operational areas when your host tells you it is safe to do so. Even then, be aware of possible dangers, such as flying rock caused when blasting operations are underway. The fifth fatal hazard we are concerned about here is working at heights. Hold on to guardrails with both hands while using stairs. Do not climb over handrails or lean over them. To avoid being struck by objects from above, do not walk under an elevated construction or work area. Items which can fall from heights include coal, equipment, and tools. The sixth fatal hazard which exists on this site is danger from lifting and craneage. Again, do not walk underneath or near items which are being lifted or lowered to the ground. The seventh fatal hazard is the danger from confined spaces. Only enter any area classified as a confined space when you are accompanied by your host. If you have any concerns about entering small areas, tell your host and do not enter. In addition, we require that you join us in observing SafeCall rules. Never compromise on safety. Don't take shortcuts. Be constantly aware of the fatal hazards in our work area. Look out for each other. Intervene when someone is at risk. Take personal responsibility to identify and control hazards. Join us in providing safety leadership. Never enter any no-go zones. Always use positive communication protocols. Always check isolation or lockout points. Never pass under suspended loads. Never interfere with safety devices or related equipment. Never work under the influence of alcohol or illicit drugs. And ask your host to ensure where you are visiting is safe from hazardous accumulation of water, gases, or fumes. Be careful not to slip, trip, and fall. Watch where you are going. Look out for obstacles in your path and be careful of slippery surfaces. Avoid walking over uneven ground where possible. Stand still while using a mobile phone. Do not try to enter any area where water accumulates, such as a slurry dam or storage dam. Be careful not to fall into the water in these areas. Your host will try to ensure you don't enter any area where there is a danger to your health from airborne pollutants. But as this is a construction site, if there is a possibility of a significant and dangerous amount of dust or chemical fumes being inhaled, your host will provide you with a dust mask. If necessary, ask your host for a mask if dust or fumes are present. If the fire alarm sounds or any other emergency signal, stay calm. Vacate the premises or the part of the site where you are at the time in an orderly fashion and follow your host's instructions. The closest emergency exits and assembly points will be pointed out to you and are clearly marked throughout the site. Please also ask your host now or at any other time if you have any other questions regarding safety. While you are here at Xstrata Coal's Tweefontein Optimisation project, you are most welcome as a member of our team. But remember, we operate according to the Safe Coal rules, and we expect you to respect them. Help us make safe coal, and we will heartily welcome you back to the Tweefontein Optimisation project.